Welcome back to the latest episode of Conference Chatter TV. I'm Eric Sorrentino. I'm the KUSports.com Big 12 blogger, and I'm here to make picks for Week 5 in the college football season for Big 12 games. I pick every game in the Big 12 for the 2011 college football season and then keep a running tally to see how I did. Let's go over that overall record before we get started here. On the season, I'm 24-6, so had a couple slip-ups here last week, and I'm going to try to improve upon that here in Week 5. Let's get right to those games. They're all going to take place on Saturday, and the first one is going to be Texas Tech at Kansas at 11 a.m. in Lawrence. And I'm going to go with the Red Raiders here. I'm taking Texas Tech. It's a little tempting to take Kansas with the home field advantage, but the Jayhawks just have not, displayed enough on defense for me to pick them with any sort of regularity. Before I start picking KU, they're going to have to start showing that they can play better defense. Right now, they are dead last in the country in rushing defense, pass efficiency defense, total defense, and scoring defense. So I look for the Red Raiders to really utilize utilize their strengths against KU's weakness, and that is throwing the ball and spreading it all around the field. I'm taking Texas Tech. I could see KU keeping it close for a little bit, but I like the Red Raiders in Lawrence. Next, it's going to be number 14 Texas A&M against number 18 Arkansas at the Jerry Dome in Arlington, Texas. This is of course, a future SEC battle with Texas A&M bolting for the SEC starting next year. And I'm going to take the Aggies here. I think here's hoping they can clean up their turnover issues from last week when they lost by 1 against Oklahoma State at home. I think the Aggies rebound here. They displayed that they could, put together one really solid half of football. They were up 20-3 on Oklahoma State, but the 4 turnovers were costly last week. They can't do that against Arkansas. I think they play better, and I think they win in Arlington. Number 15, Baylor at Kansas State at 2:30 p.m. I'm going to go with Baylor here. Robert Griffin's just been so unstoppable. I think Baylor's undefeated, and I'm taking Baylor here. I like what K-State did, of course, winning on the road at Miami. I definitely respect that victory, but Robert Griffin's been insane. He has more touchdown passes than incomplete passes this year. I mean, no interceptions. I like Baylor to win even on the road at K-State. Ball State at number 2, Oklahoma. Clearly taking the Sooners here. The only question is, will they cover? It's a 37.5-point spread. And I like Oklahoma, to cover the spread even. The Sooners were number 1 in the AP polls until LSU bumped them from that top spot, and OU hasn't even lost a game yet. So I'm looking for Bob Stoops to potentially put up some style points here against Ball State, and if they get in that mentality to do that, they could win this game by 40 or 50 points. So I like Oklahoma big in Norman. Last game of the week, only 5 this week, and the final one is number 17 Texas at Iowa State at 6 p.m. I'm going with Texas here. I know it's tempting to pick Iowa State. They beat UT last year, and that was even in Austin, but I don't know. I don't know how long this 3-0, this undefeated streak can go for Iowa State. It seems like I pick against the Cyclones every week and they prove me wrong. So if they do again here, then more power to them. If they win this game, Paul Rhodes has the inside track of being Big 12 Coach of the Year. He's off to an incredible 3-0 start. They've had solid victories against Iowa and against Connecticut. But I like what Texas is doing. UT, they're a year more mature after a disastrous 5-7 season. Case McCoy has solidified that quarterback spot a little bit more, or a lot more, I should say, than the struggles of Garrett Gilbert, who's out for the season now. And UT's defense is playing very, very well at a very solid level. So I look for Texas to win a close game. The spread's 9.5. I can see Iowa State covering. I like Texas straight up, though, in Ames. So we'll see how those 5 games turn out. That's all the time we have for Week 5. Enjoy the games this weekend, guys. I'll be back next week to reflect on those and pick games in Week 6 in the Big 12. Thanks a lot, and take care.